Jesus' name.
Amen. Good day, viewers. You're welcome to Moments with PJ. Here with me, I have PJ on the studio.
Thank you, Babayo, for having me.
You're welcome. I still remain your anchor, Adebayo Akonde. We are still on Moments with PJ. Today, we'll be having a very interesting topic. Talks about relationship challenges.
Wow.
So we have three core areas. We have addictions, infidelity, and the mental health. And you know, sir, when you talk about relationship, it's a very important topic that everybody wants to know about. Everybody is interested to even hear. Today, I would like to ask you one question before I ask the other. How can a partner help his fellow partner, you understand, to overcome addiction? Because addiction is a very bad thing. So how can somebody help his partner to overcome addiction?
Okay, thank you, Bayo. Addiction needs to be studied.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to be quick to say, go get support. No.
Okay.
But we need to have a background information about the type of addiction,
Okay.
the causes or the cause of the addiction,
Okay.
the length of addiction,
Okay.
and of course, the environment for addiction.
Okay.
So the causes is important.
Okay.
The environment which that thing is done is important. How long the person has been addicted also is important.
Okay.
Basically, anybody or spouse suffering from addiction, you need a therapy. You need a support. You need a counselor. You just need a counselor. A counselor will look at all these things to know the extent and to determine how to follow you. Okay?
Okay.
Addiction doesn't just start overnight. It began with a practice.
Okay.
It began with a try. You became a good at it. Later it became a trap that you can't even come out from. Okay, so nobody is born with an addiction. Nobody.
Okay.
No form of addiction is by birth.
Okay.
Okay, it is learned from our environment, learned for our family, from external forces basically. And so we need to know what are the root causes of that particular addiction. Then we can know how to follow. For example, a guy that is given to alcohol, for example, will not go through the same therapy with one that has the issue with smoking, even though they are closely related. All right. And so the first thing anybody going through an addiction will be exposed to, you need a support. Go get a counselor, a very good psychologist, not necessarily church, psychologist who understand the nature of man, because it's about the mind. Do you understand? So that's what the person needs.
One relationship challenges that causes contention and conflict in the relationship is infidelity.
Okay.
So I would like to ask you, how can I overcome infidelity in a relationship? How can I overcome?
How can you overcome? Is it that you are involved in it?
I am involved with it, and I want to, I want to live above it.
Okay. In one of our previous sessions, I think we talked about infidelity and their causes.
Okay.
Okay. It's a good thing that somebody wants to stop it, because everybody has the ability to change.
Yes.
Hear this. Everybody has the ability to change. But until the willingness to change is higher than the willingness to remain where you are, change cannot come.
The willingness to change.
I don't know if you get that.
Yes, I get you.
Everybody has the ability. That's the first one. But the willingness to change, the will to change, the volition to change must be higher than the willingness to remain where you are. And so the first thing to changing any addiction at all, this inclusive, is the willingness of the person. So when one is willing, then again, we'll take them through classes.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you a very practical question. And what's the practical question? It's still talk about finance. finance is also a challenge.
Okay.
And in this kind of world, in this African setting, if a man does not have money,
Yes.
a woman will not respect him.
Who told you that?
Sir, that's the understanding I have.
It's a generally discussed, but not it's not true. It's not confirmed.
But you know, finance is a challenge in a relationship.
Of course, yes. Finance is good. Money is good.
Money is good, and money stop. I do tell people, money stops nonsense.
Really?
Money stops nonsense.
You can have money and collect nonsense.
Okay, that's my own school of thought. But I would like to ask you a question now concerning this finance, because if a man does not have money, he doesn't have a say in the house, and he doesn't have a say in the relationship. That is what I know, and that is what a lot of people say, because there are some women that will tell you, just bring the money. I don't know where you want to, just bring the money. So I would like to ask you, whenever a man is faced with the constraint of finances, how does he manage that relationship?
Okay, I want to accept that when a man cannot meet his daily obligations,
Okay,
it's a problem.
it is.
It is a problem. But I do not want to subscribe totally that when a man does not have money, he does not have a say. All right.
Okay.
In one of our editions, I talked about self-awareness.
Yes.
How a man sees himself matters. The image. I don't have money doesn't mean I'm broke. I don't have physical cash doesn't mean I'm worthless.
Okay.
It depends on perspective and perception of yourself.
Okay.
And your perception determines your courage.
Yeah.
So I can be broke and you see me with a courage as though I have all the monies on earth. It depends on the image of myself I see. I get you what I'm saying. So yes, if I cannot meet my daily obligations, know that it can affect how I see myself. There's no doubt about it. But it depends. If this man doesn't have money before the relationship, it's a different talk. Or he had money and now in the relationship and something happened, the money went, it's another different talk. Because a man that don't have money should not talk about a marriage relationship. Should not talk about relationship. He should be busy to improve himself, his self-worth.
Okay.
And one of them is the ability to fend for yourself. You don't go into a relationship with an intention of a woman feeding you.
Okay.
With the intention of a woman feeding you, no man does that. Or no man should do that. And so I don't expect any young man that don't have source of income to go into any relationship. How do you sustain it? I get what I'm saying.
Yes,
but if they were already married, he had money, or somehow, they are now married, and he doesn't have money. Listen, he can talk with his wife.
Okay.
If the wife doesn't have, then it's the case of the blind leading the blind. You see, a lot of things must have played out before this point. Okay. Before a man marries, he should learn to empower his wife financially. Set her up in business or encourage her to have a career. Okay. Gone are the days women sit at home and expect the men to work. Gone are those days. The economic situations all over the world is not friendly. That doesn't mean the man should depend on the woman. But in case of the unexpected, the family can, for the time being, fall on the finances of the woman while he go get another job or trust God for another job. But not that he goes into a relationship because the woman in any fact to feed on the woman's resources. That is stupidity. And no woman should accept such a man.
Yeah.
I get you what I'm saying.
I get you. Yes. Okay, hello viewers. I hope you are enjoying this very interesting episode and topic of relationship challenges. We are talking about infidelity. We're talking about addictions and mental health. Please, viewers, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really need you on that to subscribe to our channels. Sir, I would like to ask you this very, very interesting question. Okay. And why I call it interesting is that a man or a woman that has just gone through the line of infidelity. So, what can that person do, you understand, to rebuild trust in that relationship.
Okay. Like I told you in one of our sessions, time past,
Yeah.
I said trust is the bedrock
Yes.
of any relationship. Trust.
Trust.
Infidelity breaks trust.
That's true.
But the number one enemy of any relationship is being judgmental. It's number one. Your partner was caught in the act of infidelity. Trust is broken, shattered, or affected. At that point, what you must not do is to blame him or keep singing that crime or that error to him. If you do that, you are ending that relationship. I get to me.
Yes, I get you.
Again, I'll encourage our viewers to go and watch previous edition. We talked about forgiveness and healing.
That's true.
Trust has been broken. You must give the haughty, the offended time to heal. Okay? Can the trust still be rebuilt? Certainly, yes. When he or she is healed, the trust will be restored. But this will take a process. It is not automatic. It will take a process. How do we do that? It's in two ways. Let's assume I'm the defaulted person. I erroneously went into infidelity. There's an attitude I must put before my wife to let her know I am sorry for my action.
Okay.
There's an attitude expected of me. Number one, I must discuss it. Don't shy about it. While my wife must express her pain, she mustn't be permitted to sweep her pain under the carpet. Allow her express her emotion, because the more she expresses her emotion, the more she gets better. So she is permitted to vet her anger guidedly, while I should put up an attitude of apology, of explanation. All right?
Yes.
You see, to err is human.
Forgive is divine.
To err is human. It can happen. So it is my attitude after it has happened and my corresponding actions that tell my wife, oh, this guy is genuine. My wife will look at me from afar. Should I trust him? Should I trust him? So me, the offender, I should do actions that tend to build her trust. Like I said, trust is not demanded. You don't demand for trust. You earn it. And it comes over time. So I'm going to put up some actions, conscious effort being put in place, not to deceive, but to win her trust that indeed I am a changed person. It takes a while, but yes, it's achievable.
Okay, during relationship challenges,
Yes.
I'd like to ask you, how can I communicate effectively with my partner? Or let's say, how can I keep the spark alive? Just to show you, just to tell her or show he or she that, okay, I'm still interested in this
Okay.
relationship.
All right. When there's an offense,
Okay.
you don't talk about sparking alive.
Okay.
The first thing you must secure is forgiveness.
Okay.
All right, that's the first thing. So forgiveness going to run its own course. The process of being forgiven. When you notice she's forgiving and she's healing, of course, you need to understand before now what are your wife's love languages.
Okay.
Okay, at that point, exploit her love languages. Does she love gifts? Give her gifts. Does she love quality time? Maybe the reason you erred was because you don't give her time. And so, on your getting back, sacrifice everything, be available for her. So, you're going to follow her through her love languages.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying. So, if it is a gift, follow that route. If it's quality time, be there for her. Let her be tired of your presence. If it is service, give her service. If it is non sexual thought, be available via her love languages. There are things that tend to appeal to her. Study your spouse and follow. But of course, all of that should have been after a concretized apology and forgiveness must have been secured.
Okay.
Then you can start relating with her via her love language to woo her backhand at trust.
Okay, sir. I noticed that this part of this world, they don't like going for counseling.
Okay.
It's something I don't know, probably is as a result, probably their experience. I don't know. I'm just saying that. It's just an assumption.
Yes.
Probably it's their experience, or probably they've had from one or two people's. So I want to ask you, sir, when is it the right time for you to seek outside help, like in form of like going for counseling or couples therapy? When is the right time, the appointed time?
Okay, you made mention of this part of the world not good for counsel.
Okay.
I think knowledge is increasing. Today we are getting life coaches in Nigeria.
Okay.
It's a very good discipline. In the US and other advanced economy, they have them as professionals. In the hospital, they have their desk. They have them. All right. Africa and third world nations were coming there. Now we have this tradition that tend to shield our problems from outside interference,
Okay.
and that must we appreciate it's African. All right, it's not the best because a lady is dying, but her people they are telling her endure. That's how marriage is. It will change. It is African mentality. With time, that's going to go because we've seen cases of death in the name of marriage. Do you
I
understand?
get you.
So with time, that's going to fizzle out. So to the question of when is it the right time to seek counsel, I've said it before. There is a premarital counsel. It's important. Before you two tie the knot, go and be counseled.
Hmm.
You see, with all due respect, I'm a pastor. But I will advise before you go for premarital counseling, don't just go to a pastor for counseling alone, because the life of an individual is not just about spirituality.
Okay.
The spiritual control the physical, I agree. The pastors can do that. But you are blessed if you have a pastor who is also enlightened in other aspects of human parts, the psychology of man, the anthropology of man, the sociology of man. A pastor that knows that, then you are blessed. So before you go into the marriage, seek counsel. All right.
Yes.
There are also counsel for young couples. Interestingly, someone shared a story with me what led to separation between two couples. Between a couple. What happened? The man doesn't like the way the wife uses the toothpaste. The man loves his toothpaste to be pressed from the bottom up. Why do man would just go there carelessly and press? I want the fed up. You've been doing this and I've been doing it. Can't you see? Toothpaste. As small as it is, they went separate ways. So there is the counsel for young couples. There's a counsel for mothers. At every stage of our life, we need people who are better than us in that line, because there is nothing you want to become that someone else have not become.
That's true.
They've gone through that journey. So every phase of our relationship has its own peculiarity. And so you need a counselor. In fact, I will propose every family have a counselor that they talk with. Is important. Yes.
Okay. So how do I set healthy boundaries in my relationship?
Okay. Boundaries is very simple. Everybody should have boundaries. Okay. I'll tell you this. Since I get married to my wife, I have never gone through my wife's phone to check her messages, to check anything. I have never done that. I have never done that. And if I have taken her phone, Cherish, can I please use your phone? Why?
Seek approval.
Oh, that is a handset. I don't have the right to invade her privacy. This part of the world, we don't respect boundaries. I'm not feeling okay. And you call me, PJ, how are you? I said, I'm not feeling too well. I would like to be alone. You will be insisting. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? I just told you I want to be alone. Respect it. We don't respect values. We don't respect opinion. And that is the problem. All right. So it begins with you understanding that even to a married, even to your wife has her own privacy. And you have yours. So setting boundaries begins from us knowing that we have our worldview, we have our life, and it must be respected. Well, I can't just go and take my wife's money without her approval. She won't talk, but she
Okay.
should be aware. Oh, Cherish, can we go out? Ah, I'm having an headache. I just feel like resting. Okay, take your time and rest. I shouldn't drag her to go out with me. I should know that marriage does not destroy the individuality of a person. So, what gives those boundaries is our individuality. And please, it should be respected.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you this question. How do I know that this my relationship I'm embarking on is worth saving? Because there will be challenges, whether we like it or
That's
not.
true. That's true.
And at times, challenges are meant to, you understand,
Make us
to
stronger
strengthen
and
us, you
review some
understand.
things actually.
So I want to know, how do you know, you understand, that, okay, oh, this relationship is worth, you understand, saving? I just want to
What
know.
saving means what?
I just want to know, probably, I want to know probably this relationship I mean, that, you understand, maybe I can still give it a chance for it to be better. I want to know what are the signs I see.
Do not ignore warning signs.
Okay.
I tell people, any sign you see during your predating period, your
Okay.
dating, please don't ignore it. Because in the marriage, it will be amplified.
Okay.
If it displays anger and hot temperedness to you at the restaurant when you are dating, in the marriage, he's going to slap you. Because during dating, he knows he's not done anything official on you. And so he's restricted because he wants to get you. The moment he gets you as a wife, that thing you saw, except it changes along the line, you're going to get it full blown. All right. So when you see signs, you need to ask us, analyze those signs. Are they signs that he learned while growing up during his formative years? We don't have those things. Now, if they were learned during his formative years, how deep is he into those things? And what is the possibility of him changing? Please discuss any concern you have.
Okay.
Don't keep quiet. Say something, say something. Discuss, even to the minutest sign, discuss it. Your fears, your concern. What get people stuck is because they ignore what they ought to have said at the right time. I get what I'm
I
saying.
get you.
So please don't be waiting to save a relationship. What are you saving when you can run away? You're not Jesus. Look at that relationship. Is this something that worth me going into? There are gains and there are risks. When the risk does not outweigh when the gain does not outweigh the risk, don't go in.
Okay.
Life is a risk, I know that. And it's more risky if you don't take risk. I agree. But in a relationship, don't take unnecessary gamble. Don't go as if you are a redeemer. When you see it, you are not there to change it. You are there to discuss it. Courtship is for interview, not for intercourse. So when you see those things, don't go there to say, ah, come on, I've seen this. Can we talk? Talk about that thing you see. Don't put at the back of your mind that you are going to save. No one woman can change a man. I said it. Everybody has the ability to change. But the person that can change is that person that has the willingness to change over the situation he's in. So don't have a mentality, I want to save him. Are you the mother?
Okay, thank you, sir. We all know that relationship challenge sometimes can either break, you understand, or build. It has a what? Positive and negative, you understand,
Yes.
effects on a relationship. So I like to ask you, at what time can somebody support his partner, his personal growth and development? At what time can you support your partner's personal growth and development?
Yeah, relationship basically is commitment. When there's a commitment, there's a support.
Okay.
All right. Yes, I propose that you don't go to save. Don't go with the intention of saving. All right. So that I said that does not mean you must not be involved. That is why your involvement begins with a communication.
Okay.
I get what I'm
I
saying.
get you.
Communicate your concern.
Okay.
Now, if indeed you love each other, you will be involved in individual or personal growth. In fact, before the marriage is consummated, you should be involved in building each other. For me, that is a healthy relationship. Impact.
Okay.
So you people should be more impact driven. than emotional driven. So at what point should I be involved in the personal development of my partner? From the onset. The moment I have concretized my trust for him, I should be involved in his or her personal growth.
Okay, I want to ask you this specific, this one is something that I want you to break for us. So how do I prioritize, you understand, intimacy and connection during challenge times?
Intimacy and what?
Connection,
What do you mean by connection?
as in I'm talking about the bonding between both partners.
How do you prioritize what?
Your intimacy, you understand, and connection.
Okay, well, when you talk about partner, you talk about married couple
I'm
or
talking about
intending
I'm
couples.
talking about married and intended, both you can.
Now, for intending couple, there is no basis for intimacy.
Okay,
For me, it's a no-no. That's
okay,
my worldview, that's my perspective, and I have that respect.
okay,
All right. So if a partner is going through a challenge going through a challenge in one way or the other, for me, intimacy should not be what it is. Intimacy only gives us that momentary pleasure, makes us to forget the challenge. Okay, when we come down from the hill of the excitement of intimacy, our problem is there for us to continue. And so, intimacy is not it. Let us analyze what is the problem and let us see how we can solve the problem. But if one of the results for the problem is intimacy, sexual, I guess you mean.
yes,
Oh, fine. Let's go. If that is going to bring the desired result, of course, that is going to be after proper analysis of the cause of the problem. And that intimacy is the solution or one of the ways out. But discuss the problem. Listen, let us create the habit of seeing our health practitioner. Take time, go to the hospital. I don't think a medical doctor will tell you intimacy is a cure, except again, it is related to that. Okay?
yeah.
Even if it's an addiction, there could be a form of bond. But let us always create this mindset of seeing a professional for professional advice before we take any meaningful step. It is important. Oftentimes, we've done what we want to do, hit the rock, they were coming for solution. It is important to seek help and seek help on time. For example, the case of cancer is a challenge for any marriage. It tears their intimacy apart. It shatters their finance. Family's bond is gone. It affects their children. It's a major, major health challenge. But early detection, doctors will tell us, can help.
Prevention is better than cure.
Do you understand? So let us create the attitude of always going to see professionals. Let them give us professional advice and counsel before things go out of hand.
Thank you, PJ, for honoring us today.
Thank you, sir.
We really appreciate your immense contribution towards this explosive topic of
Thank you.
relationship challenge.
Thank you.
Viewers, I hope you enjoyed this very thrilling episode of relationship challenge. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It will be well.
They can also help us to share, right?
You can also share also. Thank you. Happy viewing.
God bless you.